Have you ever felt like your soul is echoing in an empty room, waiting for a whisper from God that never seems to come? There are moments when silence feels heavier than pain. Moments when you've prayed, cried, begged, and still, the heavens seem quiet. If you've ever walked through this sacred silence, you're not alone. But what if this silence wasn't absence, but an invitation? An invitation to go deeper. To press in. To lean not on your own understanding, but on His eternal presence. Today's devotional isn't just a prayer, it's a journey. A journey through stillness, through shadows, into the place where God speaks not with thunder, but with a whisper. Take a breath. Close your eyes. Let your heart open. This is for you, for the quiet hours when faith is tested, and the soul is refined. Let us step into the stillness together now, not to escape, but to encounter. In this moment, set aside your striving. Lay down the weight you've carried. And let these words wash over your spirit, as a prayer, a balm, and a divine embrace. The world outside my window is hushed, swallowed by the velvet cloak of night. A gentle breeze whispers through the trees, a lullaby to the weary soul. But within these walls, a different kind of storm rages. Not a tempest of wind and rain, but a tempest of anxieties, doubts, and lingering aches. This isn't a prayer for a specific ailment, a tangible wound to be healed. This is a prayer for the totality of my being, a desperate plea for restoration on every level, body, mind, and soul. The day has ebbed away, leaving behind a residue of exhaustion and unspoken words. I carry the weight of unspoken fears, unfulfilled dreams, and the lingering echoes of disappointments. The quietude of the night amplifies these internal struggles, making them loom larger, more imposing. It's not a prayer of resignation, but one born of a desperate hope. It's a prayer for a fresh start, a quiet reclaiming of my inner peace. This isn't just about physical healing, though the ache in my joints, the throbbing in my temples, are insistent reminders of the toll the day has taken. It's not simply about calming my racing thoughts or silencing the incessant chatter of doubt. It's about a deeper, more profound healing. It's about finding the quiet strength within to rise above the noise, to navigate the stormy waters of my own mind. This is a prayer woven from the threads of my anxieties, the fibers of my hopes, and the resilience of my spirit. It's a prayer that seeks not just solace, but transformation. It's a prayer for a deeper understanding of myself, a prayer for a more profound connection with the divine. In the stillness of this night, I seek not just relief, but a renewal, a revitalization of the very essence of my being. Perhaps, I think, this journey into the depths of my own soul is the very path to finding the peace I crave. Perhaps, within the quiet of this night, the answers will reveal themselves, not in grand pronouncements, but in whispers of understanding. This prayer is not a checklist of requests, it's a surrender to the process, a trust in the unseen forces that shape and guide us. It's a recognition that even in the darkest hours, there is light to be found, a healing that transcends the physical realm. And as I embark on this journey, I am reminded that even in the face of my own limitations, there is a power greater than myself, a source of boundless healing and love. This quietude, this night, presents an opportunity. An opportunity to dissect the anxieties that cling to me like cobwebs. They whisper insidious doubts, painting scenarios of failure and inadequacy. Now, consider how this applies when you face a challenging project at work. Those doubts, those whispers, can easily paralyze you. But within that paralysis lies a chance to understand the source of those anxieties. Are they rooted in past failures? A fear of judgment? An unmet expectation? By confronting these anxieties head-on, even in the still of night, we can begin to dismantle their power. Furthermore, this process of introspection extends beyond the realm of the mental. Physical discomfort, too, often serves as a conduit for unresolved emotional turmoil. That throbbing headache, the persistent ache in my back, are they simply physical manifestations, or are they messengers carrying deeper anxieties? Perhaps they signal a need for better posture, for more rest, or for a shift in perspective. Just as a bruised limb requires tending, so too do our emotional wounds demand attention. This self-awareness, cultivated in the quiet of night, allows us to recognize these signals and address them more effectively. Building on this, however, is the understanding that acknowledging these anxieties isn't about wallowing in them. It's about recognizing their presence and then gently redirecting our focus. This redirection can be likened to the way a skilled gardener trims overgrown branches. The branches, representing the anxieties, need pruning, not eradication. We need to understand their function, their purpose within our emotional landscape, and then gently guide them into a healthier, more productive position. Instead of fighting the anxieties, we can begin to integrate them into our understanding of ourselves. Consider the artist who uses a canvas not just to paint a picture, but to express a complex emotion. This is about transforming the anxieties into a source of growth. Another crucial layer is the recognition that this process is not instantaneous. It's a journey, not a destination. Just as a seedling requires time to sprout and flourish, so too does our emotional well-being need time to heal and grow. Patience is essential. Forcing a quick resolution will only create a sense of frustration and further entrench these anxieties. This night, I must allow myself the space to simply be with these feelings, to observe them without judgment. This is an act of compassion, not just towards myself, but towards the deeper parts of my being. Finally, this journey of self-discovery requires a commitment to nurturing the positive aspects of my being. Engaging in activities that bring joy, connecting with loved ones, and pursuing passions, these are the fertilizers that nourish the emotional soil, strengthening our resilience against anxieties. Just as a strong tree withstands storms, so too can we weather the challenges of life with inner strength. What are my sources of joy? How can I cultivate them further? These questions, too, are essential in this quiet night. Now, consider how this applies when you face a crucial decision. A choice, perhaps, between two seemingly equal paths. Often, the very nature of the dilemma is rooted in a perceived lack of clarity, a fog obscuring the optimal course. Instead of being overwhelmed by this uncertainty, we can view it as a signal, a cue to deepen our understanding. This process, this seeking of clarity, isn't about finding a definitive answer, it's about a deeper understanding of the questions themselves. Consequently, this process of self-discovery requires a willingness to embrace the unknown. It's a leap of faith, not into the void, but into the uncharted territory of our own potential. Think of a seasoned explorer venturing into a dense jungle. The dense foliage and unknown paths can be daunting, yet the thrill of the unknown, the potential for new discoveries, fuels the journey. Similarly, our exploration of ourselves, though potentially fraught with challenges, ultimately promises a richer, more profound understanding. This willingness to embrace the unknown allows us to perceive the subtle cues, the seemingly insignificant details, that point us toward the true path. Furthermore, this journey is not without its obstacles. We encounter moments of frustration, moments when the path feels unclear or even treacherous. These obstacles, however, are not roadblocks, they are stepping stones. Each hurdle, each moment of doubt, provides an opportunity for growth, for adaptation, for a deeper understanding of ourselves. Picture a mountaineer navigating a treacherous mountain pass. The steep inclines, the perilous drop-offs, these are not meant to deter, they are meant to challenge, to refine the mountaineer's skills, to cultivate a profound appreciation for the destination. Building on this, however, is the realization that this journey is not solitary. We are not alone in this exploration of ourselves. A supportive network of friends, family, and mentors can act as guides, offering perspectives, insights, and encouragement. They are the voices in the chorus, providing harmonies that reinforce our own inner voice, offering a unique vantage point on the landscape of our own being. The wise counsel of a trusted friend, the unwavering support of a family member, these are invaluable resources, and their input shouldn't be dismissed. Conversely, recognizing the presence of unhelpful influences is equally crucial. These may be negative self-talk patterns, the echoes of past criticisms, or the voices of doubt. Learning to identify and detach from these damaging influences is like weeding a garden. Removing the weeds allows the healthy plants to flourish, creating a more vibrant, productive environment. This doesn't mean ignoring these influences, it means understanding their source and choosing to cultivate a more positive, supportive inner dialogue. Now, consider how this applies when you face the relentless barrage of criticism, whether from colleagues, family, or even your own inner voice. These critiques, though often intended to be helpful, can feel like a relentless storm. These storms, while seeming overwhelming, are not insurmountable. Instead of being swept away by the waves of negativity, we can anchor ourselves in the quiet strength of self-acceptance. This self-acceptance is not about ignoring our flaws, it's about recognizing them as part of the human experience. In essence, recognizing our limitations allows us to approach criticism with a more measured response. Rather than reacting defensively or feeling crushed, we can respond with a calm awareness, acknowledging the validity of the feedback without letting it consume us. Consider the resilient oak, which, despite the relentless winds, stands firm. Its strength doesn't lie in avoiding the gusts, but in the deep roots that anchor it to the earth. Similarly, our inner strength lies not in denying our imperfections, but in acknowledging them and building upon them. This is not about self-delusion, it's about self-compassion. Furthermore, this process of self-awareness extends beyond the realm of criticism. It's about recognizing the subtle biases that shape our perspective, the ingrained patterns of thought that often lead us astray. These biases, like hidden currents, can steer us away from our true north. We can become aware of these currents through introspection and a willingness to examine our own assumptions. This is not about self-flagellation, it's about self-understanding. Consequently, this self-examination is a journey of continuous learning. It's about confronting our blind spots, acknowledging our shortcomings, and accepting that growth is an ongoing process. It's a recognition that we are constantly evolving, that our understanding of ourselves is always in flux. It's like sculpting a statue, the process requires constant refinement, the relentless removal of imperfections. This is not about striving for perfection, it's about striving for progress. Conversely, this introspection shouldn't lead to paralysis. It's about using these insights to make informed choices. By understanding our strengths and weaknesses, we can tailor our actions and reactions to maximize positive outcomes. Think of a skilled navigator using a map and compass. The map reveals the terrain, while the compass guides the direction. Understanding our biases and limitations provides the map, self-compassion and acceptance provide the compass. In the quietude of this reflective hour, we find ourselves at a juncture. The threads of our exploration, once disparate strands, begin to intertwine, forming a richer tapestry. Each individual reflection, each moment of introspection, contributes to a more profound understanding. This convergence, this coming together of seemingly disparate ideas, suggests a deeper, more unified truth. It's as if the pieces of a complex puzzle are finally falling into place, revealing a clearer picture of the whole. Consider the intricate dance between self-awareness and acceptance. The acknowledgement of our limitations, our anxieties, and our biases, rather than being impediments, are now understood as catalysts for growth. They are not obstacles to be avoided but rather opportunities for transformation. This is not a passive acceptance but an active engagement with the totality of our being. It's a profound recognition that our journey is not about eliminating imperfections, but about navigating them with grace, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to self-improvement. Furthermore, the interwoven nature of our inner and outer worlds becomes increasingly apparent. The physical manifestations of stress, the subtle whispers of doubt, are not isolated phenomena but interconnected parts of a unified system. This realization fosters a deeper understanding, allowing us to address not just symptoms but also the root causes. The insights gained extend beyond the immediate, delving into the very core of our being. This isn't merely a mental exercise, it's a holistic approach to well-being. Drawing these strands together, we see that the path forward is not a straight line but a winding road, filled with both challenges and opportunities. The journey of self-discovery is not about achieving a final destination but about embracing the process itself. Each step, each moment of introspection, becomes a step towards a richer, more meaningful existence. It's a constant evolution, a continuous refinement of our understanding, akin to a sculptor meticulously shaping a block of marble. Reflecting on this journey so far, consider the implications of this interconnectedness. The wisdom gleaned from introspection, the strength derived from acceptance, the resilience born from navigating challenges, these are not isolated virtues but essential components of a holistic approach to well-being. Each element, when considered in concert with the others, enhances the overall narrative, contributing to a more profound understanding of the human experience. As we pivot towards the final reflection, we are not merely seeking solutions to momentary difficulties, but rather a more complete understanding of ourselves and our place within the wider tapestry of existence. In light of these insights, the path forward becomes clearer. It's not about escaping the complexities of life, but rather about navigating them with a heightened awareness, a deeper understanding of our own strengths and vulnerabilities. This awareness, this recognition of our interconnectedness, is the key to unlocking a more profound and meaningful existence. The challenge now, as we move towards the culmination of our reflection, is to integrate these insights into the fabric of our daily lives. This quiet night, this space for introspection, has revealed more than just the nature of our anxieties or the sources of our physical discomfort. It has unveiled a profound interconnectedness, a subtle symphony of mind, body, and spirit. The journey inward, though often arduous, has ultimately led to a recognition of our inherent resilience, a quiet strength waiting to be awakened. The relentless storms of daily life, the ceaseless barrage of criticisms and challenges, can easily overwhelm us. But within the quietude of this night, we have glimpsed a different perspective. We have seen not just the obstacles, but the opportunities for growth embedded within them. The persistent ache, the racing thoughts, the persistent doubts, they are not enemies to be vanquished, but messengers to be understood. They are the echoes of our own inner landscape, beckoning us to listen, to learn, and to respond with a newfound awareness. This recognition, this understanding of our inner landscape as a dynamic system, invites a profound shift in perspective. It suggests a more holistic approach to well-being, one that acknowledges the intricate dance between our physical, mental, and spiritual selves. The throbbing head, the racing thoughts, the persistent anxieties, they are not isolated problems, but interconnected threads within a larger narrative. Addressing them demands a holistic response, one that acknowledges the intricate web of our being. Thus, the call to action isn't a simple checklist of to-dos, but a gentle invitation to embrace a new way of being. It's a call to nurture the soil of our inner world, to cultivate resilience, and to cultivate a deeper understanding of ourselves. The true practice begins now. It begins in the quiet moments, in the acknowledgement of our inner landscape, in the recognition that each challenge, each moment of discomfort, holds the potential for profound transformation. It's not about escaping the complexities of life but about navigating them with a greater awareness, a more profound understanding of our own inner strength. This newfound understanding transcends the immediate, it's a quiet revolution, a subtle shift in our relationship with ourselves and with the world around us. It's about cultivating a deeper understanding of our own resilience, a recognition of the inherent strength within each of us. It's about embracing the journey, not just the destination. Let the quietude of this night, this profound introspection, serve as a beacon, guiding us toward a more integrated and resilient existence. The journey continues, and the true practice begins now. Even in silence, God is not still. Even when we don't feel Him, He is nearer than our next breath. What if this waiting is the very place where your roots grow deep? What if this desert is preparing your heart for rain? What if, right now, heaven is aligning all things, for your healing, for your purpose, for your peace? Tonight, rest not in answers, but in presence. Surrender not just your questions, but your need to understand. And trust that the one who holds the stars also holds you. Amen.